What are your thoughts on Washington State and Cheez-It Bowl playing in Arizona? Kind of the whole deal.
I think it's a good opportunity. Speaking on behalf of my teammates, we're thankful for this opportunity to get to play, in a great venue, in a great bowl, and also against a really good team. Washington State is a very solid team. So we'll take the next couple of days and the next weeks to get ready and prepare for them, to get ready for play them on the 27th.
Pac-12 team again. Is that a fun opportunity? A lot of times it's not that opportunity for Air Force in a bowl game. This time you do get a Power 5.
I think it's pretty cool to, play at another Power 5 school. It gives us the opportunity to showcase, our talent again and show that, just because you're on the Power 5 doesn't mean that you can't compete and, win games as well. So, we'll just take, start our preparation for that and, hopefully the same outcome as the first time.
And what have you been doing for the past week? Have you been tracking this, kind of seeing what it might be, or?
You get kind of tired of looking at it because it changes every hour, it seems like it. And, at one point we're going to Armed Forces, and, at the other point we're going to, I saw something about Idaho and then just random bowls. And then, for this to be kind of just over with, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of cool to know where we can go so we can start preparation now and, take those next step forward to, getting our 11th win.
And then in terms of football stuff, is there anything you can do right now other than just keep working out?
Keep working out. And now, so if we're playing, we can start, our preparation. I think workout is a big part of it, though, because you got to keep your body ready. But we have finals this upcoming week, so we're off until, Thursday or Wednesday. So it gives us time to get our grades right and finish strong. But after school is over, it's strictly business, and it's, football time. And, when we go home these couple of days or whatever, however long we have to go home, we'll take our workout plan and execute it and then come back ready to play.
And then how much of a showcase will this be, especially for someone like you, a senior, with the rules, what they are now, and the draft a couple months away? Like, how are you going to look at this?
I look at it first. I want to end my career here strong with my teammates, get that 11th win. But being able to, have a good game against a Pac-12 team is beneficial for me, I say. But that's not really what my focus is. My focus is going out there and just doing what I do best and helping my team win, and the rest will take care of itself.
And then the obvious, matchup is going to be Air Force's rushing offense against the number one passing offense in the nation. But you guys obviously have a different wrinkle that you bring with the passing game. Will it kind of be fun to kind of shred that narrative a little bit?
I think so, too. They throw the ball 60, 70 times a game from what I've seen. But, when we pass, we're going to make ours count. But I think it is kind of funny to have those two polar opposite things playing in effect. So, it'll be a fun game for sure. They'll do what they do best, and we'll do what we do best. But don't count the pass for sure from us, even though we run the ball a lot.
Gerard, in your senior season, how important was it for you guys to get to a bowl game? It hasn't happened in 3 years. I'm guessing it meant a lot to you personally.
This was one of our goals. We came forward and said this was a must. And it was something I said, this is a must, because, I went my freshman year here, and I haven't been back since, and now I get an opportunity to go. So having the opportunity to go to a bowl and, just having those things that associated with that was something that was very, very important to me. And I'd say it's very important to our team, especially those seniors who wanted the opportunity to, get that extra game to improve record, just opportunity to go have fun and play another game. And, so we're thankful.
Do you guys feel like you are a little bit underrated? Once again, not in the college football rankings. I don't know if that matters to you. 25th, 25th, 24th, or 25th. You just cracked into the AP. With you guys are going towards an 11-win season here. Maybe you have a chip on your shoulder because of that?
That's up to them and whoever's voting. Other polls have showed us a little bit of love in the rankings, if you want to call it that, and ranked us. But I guess they don't see us fit in the top 25, and that's fine. So we'll take this next game to go to 11 wins, and if they still don't want to rank us, then that's totally fine, because we still won 11 games, and that does not affect my life. But it will be something cool, to be ranked at the end of the year. But at the end of the day, we're worried about putting those wins in the columns, and having a number next to your name is cool, but it really doesn't say how good of a team you are.
Did you have a preference on what bowl? Phoenix, Texas?
No, I didn't. I'm from Dallas, but I'm cool wherever we're at. Playing back home would have been cool, but Phoenix would be really cool, and I don't think I'm just as happy as I would be anywhere else. Honestly, anywhere would have been fine, just one extra game.
Between the bowl game and the first 10-win season since '98, did you guys at any point in the season realize, hey, this team can do something special this year?
I think we realized that before we even started this year. Because last year, we lost 7 games, but we did not lose a game by more than 10 points. So we knew that there was something small that needed to be changed. And that's when we, came together and decided what we need to fix. And, like I said, we want to go 1-0 every single day. Not for game days, for every day that we, take on workouts, practice, whatever, because, with no preparation, you're not going to have success. So by doing that, we knew that we were set up for success. We just had to go out and execute. And, once we got the ball kind of rolling, after our second loss in Navy, we pretty much said, like, that's it. We're not losing anymore. And, 7-game win streak. So looking to make it 8. But, we kind of knew that we'd be set up well as long as we went out there and execute and just do what we do best.
Sure. So what changed this year? Why were you able to win those close games and especially have the record you did at home?
I'd definitely say it has a lot to do with, the camaraderie on the team. Not to say it was bad in the years before that, but I feel like we got a lot closer now. We're pinned on each other, and, you don't want to let anybody down because, that's your brother and you love him and you want the best for him. So if you want the best for him, you're going to do the best, you can give your best too. So by doing that, we were able to, elevate our game and, take it to the next level because you don't want to let somebody else down. And, all these high hopes that people have for us, we're not really worried about people say. Everything that we talk about is in-house. And so when we decide we want to do and put our minds to it, like, nothing was going to stop us.
And what did you make of the All Mountain West teams? Do you feel those were accurate representation?
Yep, it was. People voted, so that's what they think. But, yeah.
And don't lie on this one. Did you crack open a box of Cheez-Its yet to celebrate?
I have not yet. I would love to get a box of Cheez-Its, and it's a little study snack. But I haven't got the opportunity to give me a Cheez-Its yet. But I'll definitely make sure to get that in the next couple of days.
When was the last time you had a Cheez-It?
Middle school, high school, maybe.
So you guys, I mean, look at all the accomplishments. You got all the wins. You got the winning streak, and then you're the Kings of Colorado. You've done all this now. To be ranked in some polls, not in others. I know you said that you're going to leave it out in the field, but do you expect that from being in the locker room with some of your teammates? Do you expect that to be a point of motivation to go out there and leave no doubt that you're one of the 25 best teams in the country?
Absolutely. Nobody wants to lose. And, by going out there and getting an 11th win, I think we will show that we are top 25 in the country. With the 11-2 season, we didn't get the opportunity to play in the conference championship. Boise got that done. But we definitely feel like we are a top 25 team. And, we'll just go out there and show it on the 27th. So, like I said, we start preparing for that and, to get that 11th win.
Did it mean a lot to you then to get paired with a Pac-12 team in that regard because you're trying to make that point, because you're trying to get 11th win, 8th straight, all that stuff? Like, did it matter to you to make sure that when they gave you a Pac-12 team, you're like, okay, so now we can really make a statement out here?
Right. So 100%, we were thankful for any bowl we would have got, but given the opportunity to play a good team full of competitors like we have and have a little bit of credibility next to their name, being Power 5 school and having success in the past, that is something that we kind of saw fit. Like, this would be kind of cool, and this is where we can really show who we are. So we're excited for that opportunity.
Is there more to it than maybe there normally would be because you guys are the Kings of Colorado and then CU, CSU, they're out of this thing, so it's up for you guys to represent the state of Colorado in bowl game. Does that kind of is that kind of a little bit of added extra motivation for you?
Yeah, a little bit. To be honest with you, I'm not really worried about what CU or CSU has going on, but it would be cool to represent Colorado and go out there and get, a win against a Pac-12 team and represent for the state. But we're more so representing Air Force and what we've done this year and whatnot. We've been named Kings of Colorado, so we'll take that. But we want to go out there and finish strong on our last game of the year.
All right, Scott. Like I know that I know this has got to be a cool thing for you guys, but you've won 7 in a row, and you got the most wins since 1998, and now they put you in a bowl game against a Pac-12 team to leave no doubt, because not every poll has you guys in the top 25, but now you have a chance to leave no doubt that you're one of the 25 best teams in the country. How excited are you for that opportunity?
Yeah, I'm excited personally, and I think it's an awesome thing, especially coming off 2 seasons, 5 and 7, not even making a bowl game. This is awesome. This is awesome for us. I think it's awesome for the team. This is awesome for us moving forward, and I think everyone on the team is excited to have the opportunity to go out and play a very solid opponent and to show what we can do.
How early into the year did you guys know that this season could be special?
We set goals. That's a tough one. You set goals early. One of them was obviously to win every single game. But we started, I think, 3-2. I think we were 3-2 after the Navy game. And we kind of, took a step back and said, what do we need to do to win the rest of our games? And we said every week we're going to go 1-0. And I think once we got on a roll and kept going, we knew that we had something special. And I think we're so close as a team that when we come together and put our minds to things and put our hearts in things, that we know we can do whatever we want.
How important is it to you because you're already the Kings of Colorado, right? So how important is it for you to finish this thing with an 8-game winning streak and 11th win?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think it sets up the next season, but it also solidifies what we did this season and kind of puts a cherry on top to, kind of a historic season for Air Force and Air Force history. So.
Obviously, that second loss to Navy put a little pressure on you guys. So that, would you say, because even Gerard mentioned that was a little bit of a turning point in this season. So what was said after that game, and you kind of touched on it, but did that light the fire for you guys this year?
Yeah, absolutely. It was an inter-service academy game, and it's the first of 2 to win the CIC. And when you lose the first one, it's kind of tough knowing that you can't win the commander-in-chief. So after that game, I remember my coach, Coach Lobo, pulled me off to the side. I was, obviously upset. I was the first one in the locker room, and he looked at me, he said, "What kind of leader do you want to be?" And he told me that, and it kind of resonated. And I said, I'm not going to sit here and pout about it. But we talked to the guys, and everyone said, "Look," I said 10-2 still sounds amazing. That's one of the things I said. 10-2 still sounds great, and we need to do that. We need to look forward to doing that. So, being able to bounce back after that first Service Academy loss and to win the next 7 is something that it was awesome. It's awesome, and it's something that it kind of started after that loss to Navy with the leadership from the guys, from the seniors.
And taking on Washington State, what do you make just of the matchup quickly?
I haven't had much time to think about it. I just found out they're a great team. They play in a great conference. They're a Power 5 team. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great matchup. I'm looking forward to playing some great competition. Very excited for the opportunity to play another Power 5 team. But that's really all I have right now.
And a lot of crazy bowl names out there. Cheez-It Bowl. Where do Cheez-Its rank in your snack food list?
That's a great question. Cheez-It, we'll go Cheez-Its and Cheese Nips. If I had to choose one, I would definitely go with Cheez-Its, but that's just me personally, so it's definitely up there.
Can you break down that difference? Why?
You know what? That's a good. I'd have to go, try them out, and then we can get back to that one.
Scott, how excited are you to spend post-Christmas in Phoenix instead of the middle of Colorado?
I'm very excited. Like I said, the last 2 years we haven't been to a bowl game, so we've been at home. The last Christmas we started on Monday. The last 2 years off-season workouts, so it's great to be able to spend Christmas with the guys, keep our things going, and keep rolling, and spend it with your brother. So I'm very excited to be in Phoenix for Christmas.
How do you stay? I know 1 month isn't that big of a deal, but you guys don't play an actual game on the field for almost a month now, until December 27th. How do you stay in shape? How do you keep motivating yourself even though this is your last game?
Yeah, that's a good. I think it's going to take upon ourselves as an individual to what kind of team do we want to be, and I think that starts with being a professional. And I think we're going to relay that to our guys. Like, when you go home, make sure that you do what you need to do to come to the bowl game ready to play and ready to win. So I think that needs to be reemphasized, and take it upon yourself and be a personal champion in aspects of that.
And being a first team All Mountain West selection, what did that mean to you?
It was awesome. I hadn't really thought about it during the season. My goal was definitely to go 1-0 on the week, but hearing that I was first team all conference, it kind of, all the problems I've had in the offseason with injuries and stuff like that, it kind of brought it all together and said, your hard work pays off. And it did, and it was awesome. I'm glad we had 3 offensive linemen up there, first and second team. So it kind of just goes to show how much offseason work we put in, how much Coach Lobo just grinded us every single day, and how much that paid off as well.
And the last 2 years, when you had Christmas break off, were you watching a lot of bowl games, and does that kind of help fuel the fire when you have?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every time the TV was on, I said, change it to a bowl, let's watch some football. And that definitely fueled the fire. When we played on Saturday and then we came back Monday to work off season, it was tough. And you just think, I don't want this to be us. And that was our one thing as seniors, is we don't want to be put the juniors through an off-season workout. So we're going to do whatever we can to at least win 6 games to make ourselves bowl eligible. And we did it, and it feels amazing.
So knowing what it's like to watch a bowl game and having all the eyes on that one game, is it fun to be in a showcase situation like that, where all the eyes who are watching football at that time will be watching Air Force?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a great stage, a great game. It's going to be an awesome time to show everyone who is watching what we can do.
Well, being a Washington guy, I mean, what was your fandom of Washington State like as a kid and everything else with them?
Yeah, I think, at various times I've supported both teams, but, my brother actually goes to Washington State. He plays football there, so.
Your brother does?
Yeah.
What year is he?
He's a freshman this year, so he plays offensive line. And, so I guess right now it's a house divided, but I hope if my mom comes to the game, I'm hoping she wears Air Force gear.
Do you think she would? Or would she?
I don't know. We'll see.
Does he play much? Does he get on the field?
No, I don't think so right now. But no, he's on the roster. So.
Have you exchanged texts with him or anything yet?
Not yet today, but I'm sure he's excited.
Did you know this was a potential matchup?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to a lot until today, because I know there's a lot of different options. So when I found out this morning that this was probably one of the more likely options, then yeah.
Is that pretty cool to play against your brother in your last college football game?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's exciting.
And then being a first team All Mountain West selection, and especially at a position where you don't put up the eye-popping stats as a nose guard, so they had to pay attention to what you were doing. Does that really mean something more to you to achieve that as a nose guard?
Yeah, I think it means a lot, but there's a lot of people who helped me get here, so by no ways it was just my own accomplishment. I think the coaches, the rest of the defense, it speaks to everybody on the defense. So.
And then I know you probably haven't had a chance to break down Washington State at all, but it's the highest ranked passing offense in the nation.
Yeah.
So obviously there's going to be some pass rushing opportunities and things like that. Is that an enticing matchup to you?
Yeah, definitely. They're a really good football team, so it'll definitely be fun to compete against them.
And, are you a Cheez-It fan?
Yeah, I like Cheez-Its.
When was the last time you think you would have had a box of Cheez-Its?
I don't know. Maybe I guess a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Okay. So Gerard's answer was middle school.
What's going to be like your senior season, your last game going out to Phoenix? What's it going to be like playing with your brothers, pretty much spending Christmas with them down in Phoenix?
It'll be exciting. My mom's from Arizona too, so I have my grandparents live out there. So.
Think there's going to be a big supporting cast for you out there?
I hope so. I know my fiance is already coming to the game, so there'll be a lot of support.
Think it's going to be emotional for you? Your last game as a Falcon, headed down there, a bowl game after winning 10 games on the regular season. Have you thought about kind of signing off here as an Air Force player?
I don't know. I'm just taking one game at a time. Last game was definitely emotional. Last game at home in Falcon Stadium, but every game has its ups and downs. It'll definitely be an emotional game, just like any other game.
Do you have any personal goals for yourself? A bowl game you can usually kind of let loose, but I don't know, have you thought that far ahead yet?
What do you mean, like goals wise? Like,
Just anything planning on doing during your bowl game, maybe off the field or on the field, or
I'm just focused on doing my job, helping my team win. So.
So obviously, senior year, you want to go out with a bowl game, but you also have the 10-win season, first since '98. Was there a point in the season when you realized, hey, this is a special team here?
I don't know if it was during the season. I think, as being part of this team for 4 years, I think I've considered us a special team. I've always thought we were a special team. Just in the way we worked, we practiced. So I don't know if there was any point during the season, but.
Sure, both the guys that came in before you mentioned that Navy game, that loss to Navy was a turning point, I guess, for this team. What did you take after that loss and use it towards the rest of the season?
I think that loss was definitely humbling. And I think that there's a lot of stuff that we learned from that game. And we took that and we just got better and worked harder.
And just one thing about the Cheez-Its, do they rank high in terms of your favorite snack food, or?
Yeah, they're probably up there. I like Cheez-Its.
So, who's older, you or your brother?
I'm older.
You're older. Okay. So, that's right. You said your brother's a freshman. That's right. Okay. So, if you guys win this game, what are the odds that next time you and your brother hanging out, you just happen to be eating Cheez-Its every single time you're hanging out? Is that like a thing that would happen?
Maybe. I don't know. You have to ask him.
First of all, congratulations on a great year. Was it important to you guys, because I know any bowl game was going to be great, but you guys won 10 games, most since '98. Some polls have you top 25, some don't. Was it important to you to get a showdown with a team like Washington State, a Power 5 team, to kind of settle once and for all that you guys belong in the top 20?
I think everyone's excited about our matchup, just kind of for the reasons that you just stated. We have 10 wins. Obviously, we were not in a Power 5 conference, but we feel like we can compete against a lot of those teams. So we have our matchup now set for December 27th. So we're looking forward to it and excited that we get to play another Pac-12 team this year.
You get a team that throws the ball a lot, number one in the country passing-wise. How excited are you for that challenge?
Yeah, it's definitely a unique matchup. We got just a team that could run the ball 60-plus times and a team that could pass the ball 60-plus times. So, we're really looking forward to it. And we've seen a bunch of teams this year that have, aired it out against us. It's going to be a fun opportunity, and we'll, these next couple of weeks we'll have a busy time getting ready for them.
With the game, being a couple weeks out, what do you guys do in the meantime? Stay, motivated, stay focused.
Really well. So this week we actually have finals, so that's going to take up a bunch of our time. But we had practice this past week, just a lot of stuff in the weight room, movement stuff, and then we were out in the field as well, just getting our technique down because we weren't sure who we were playing. And then obviously now that we have our opponent, we just start back from square one and start breaking down the film and just day by day, just figuring out what we have to do to put ourselves in a good position for the game.
When you look back at the Navy game, that was your second loss of the season. Was there something that resonated with the team after that loss?
I don't want to say anything special. That was a tough game for us, just especially for the seniors, just what it meant for everyone on the team. But we still had a bunch of other goals throughout the season, and you just got to keep pushing forward. And our one thing we say every single day is just be 1-0. You can't win 10 games, you can't win 11 games for us without going 1-0 that week. So it's just another opportunity for us to go 1-0. It will be, obviously the bowl game will be, most or all the seniors, last game potentially, except for a few that maybe have interest in going, pursuing the next level or something like that. But for the majority of us, it will be our last game. So we're really looking forward to that. We're going to have fun with it.
Sure, and we've asked everyone since Cheez-Its, have you cracked open a box yet? Or do you like Cheez-Its?
I do like Cheez-Its, but I have not eaten any since we've gotten the news.
Okay.
It's only been a couple hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have any preference? I know the bowl projections were all over the place the last week or so. Did you have a preference, maybe armed forces, rather stay in Texas? Where did you want to go for Christmas?
Honestly, it didn't really matter to me. I wanted a good bowl, and we got that matchup. It worked out well for us. If you look at some of the matchups that the Mountain West has, I think that besides us and maybe the Vegas Bowl, I think that we've gotten probably one of the best bowls that's out there right now for us. So we're super excited for it, and Phoenix is going to be a fun place to play.
Good. Since you're a senior, I mean, you guys are trying for 11 wins on the season. That hasn't been done in a long time here at Air Force. Can you talk to me about at what point you knew that this season was going to be something special?
I mean, you really got to date that back to the beginning of the year, all the way back to January. I think that as a group, our senior class has been really close to each other, and we know that we had a special group, and it was just taking what we have and putting it, translating out onto the field. And early on, we did have those 2 losses early on, so I think everyone was, I want to say, shocked or anything, but it was just something that some of our goals that we set in place we couldn't achieve anymore. But it was just like I was saying earlier, our goals would just be 1-0 every week, so we just kept pushing, and we got hot, and it's been a fun season so far.
Have you thought about what the emotions are going to be like when you take that field for the last time in Phoenix?
Try not to think about it too much, but I mean it'll be overwhelming. Just my family's going to be fortunate enough to be able to come out, so they'll be able to see me for one last time playing, and I mean it'll be fun. It'll be a really cool place to play, just being at Chase Field. So it'll be unique, and it'll be a good time.
So did you immediately know what kind of style Washington State plays with, like when you saw that matchup, or did you have to kind of look it up?
Oh no, yeah, you hear about Washington State, just the air raid team of the nation, really. So yeah, I knew right away the matchup that we were going to get. So it'll be a fun matchup.
Is it daunting to think about that? Your last game, and you're going to play against a team that's going to throw it 60 times?
I mean, as a safety and spur, it's what you ask for. Of my position, I'm more of a coverage guy than I am a run fitter. I'm not obviously a defensive lineman or a middle linebacker, but yeah, it's going to take everyone. But especially on the defensive back end, it's going to take everything we got to put our team in a position to win the game.
And over the last 2 years during the bowl season, did you watch a lot of the games? And if you did, I mean, what was your mindset watching those other teams play? And wishing you could be part of that.
I mean, like the last few years when we were in a bowl game, I think that everyone watches the bowl games, and it does stink being at home and you're not playing in a game. So I think that was another reason why that our senior classes, we've been so close, just because we've been trying to get back to this position.